you're not salesman. You're not actually selling. Okay, you got to qualify your buyer. Who is your buyer? What can they afford? What ailments do they have? What problems do they have? This goes for any type of sales industry. You know, if you're selling, you know, dry erase markers, you want to qualify your buyer. You know, do they know how to read and write? You know, what are they going to use this for? You're going to find out if they're going to use it for school, college, you know, different things. It's just off the top of my head. But for insurance industry, you're going to ask them the qualifying questions. How old are you? Existing conditions, so on and so forth. So you already know how to qualify. You're going to do this automatically. The next is, of course, the presentation. You want to present what you're selling. You want to do your presentation. Okay? So you're going to go ahead and ask about their ailments. You're going to ask them about everything. Once you have everything in front of you, then you can go ahead and quote them. Okay, so that would be your presentation. All right, Mary, I got a great quote for you here. It looks like everything else is going to be too expensive for you. However, great news. I can actually meet your monthly payment option, your monthly, what you can afford monthly. I found a great policy for you. And this is how much coverage it's going to give you. And let me go ahead and go over the features, advantages, and benefits now with you. So go ahead and grab that pen and paper. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and do the presentation. Now, the fourth thing, or step to a sale, is overcoming objections. Okay? Some of the objections you're going to go over are, nah, I can't afford it right now. No, I'm not interested. It's not enough coverage. Okay, you're going to have so many different things. Any type of sales industry, you're going to have so many different objections. So you got to overcome, I didn't write the come, but overcome objections. And how do you overcome objections? There's a side note here. You're just going to write this down. But how to overcome objections, just stick to this plan. There's different things people call it, but essentially it all boils down to ARIO. A-R-I-O. Okay? If you just stick to this footprint, you can essentially close anybody. Essentially. Okay? Now, A stands for agree. You're going to agree with the person. You already know that. It's called mirroring, you know, different, a rose by a rose by, you know, then you still a rose. So, agree. You're going to go ahead and agree with the person. I agree with you, Mary. Right now is just not a good time to look at life insurance policies. And, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on in your life. I can understand that right now you just don't have enough time. So I agree with you. However, now you're going to repeat that. Well, I just repeated it, okay? Now is not the right time. You agree with them, and then you repeat what the objection was. So now is not the right time. You're right. So you repeat. Repeat everything they just said. What is their objection? Agree with them, then repeat. Then you're going to go ahead and isolate that objection. I is for isolate. Okay? Okay, Mary, so other than right now you're busy and you just don't have time to talk on the phone with me, other than, you know, money being an issue, are there any other things that are holding you back from getting yourself a final expense life insurance policy, a low-cost policy? Nothing's holding you back? So you definitely are interested in not being a burden to your family. So aside from money and that not being the right time to talk to me right now, are there any other things holding you back? They're going to tell you yes or no. If they do tell you another thing, go ahead and agree, repeat, and isolate that objection. Okay, you're going to have to condition your mind to do that. And of course, the last one is overcome it. Overcome it with the arsenal of information that Fola, Rachel, myself, and all the admins and support team are here for you. So supply them with that arsenal. Overcome that objection by saying, well, Mary, now is not the right time to talk to me. I understand you're busy. Other than your time constraints, there's nothing else holding you back from going and solidifying a great low-cost life insurance policy for you. I'll tell you what. I'm going to go ahead and call you back within an hour. Okay? So what time is better for you? 1:45 or 2:45? Never ask an open-ended questions. Open-ended questions. Okay? Never ask that. You always want to give them two options. I can't call you back today. Okay, what time is better for you, tomorrow or tomorrow evening? You know, so you always give them an option. They're going to always take an option. So you're going to agree, repeat, isolate, overcome, ARIO for the 4 steps to a sale. Overcoming objections, you're going to use ARIO. Now, the last step. You've introduced, you qualified, you made your presentation, you went over your objections, you agreed with them, you isolated them. Now, what do? What's the last step of a sale? Close it. Ask for that. Close it. Right? Telling's not selling. We've all watched that movie, you know. Liars, buyers are liars. You got to always close. Always be closing. ABCs. So you close the sale. How do you close the sale? You ask for it. You have to ask for it. Like I'm text messaging or something, put the number 4 in there. So anyway, that's pretty much it. Ask for it. How do you ask for it? So how would you like to be solidifying this? How do you like to lock this rate in? Are you going to be using your check or your credit card? You're going to be using credit card ending in, these are all ask for questions. You've heard it when the telemarketers call you for a mortgage or for a subscription to a magazine. You've had telemarketers call you for AC alarms and all that stuff. What do they do at the end? They always ask you. So are you going to be taking care of that with a credit card or a company check or a check? You understand? That's what they're doing. In sales, they're just trying to go through the sales process. So real quickly, went over the 5 steps to a sale. Intro, introduce yourself, qualify, present, overcome objections by using ARIO or whatever method, basically denoting the same thing, and then you close and ask for it. Okay? Any questions? All right, good.